What do you get when you mix a flying squirrel, chaotic dogfights, and donuts? You get one of the most creative mixed reality games I've played in a while. This game takes your real world room and turns it into a battlefield in the sky. You're dodging missiles by your coffee table and grabbing power up donuts by the fridge. It's fast, frantic, and just a lot of fun. And today, I got the chance to sit down with the mind behind this gem. So let's dive into the imagination behind Alex and the Jets. All right.
Hey, awesome. Hey, Aaron, what's up?
Hey, welcome. This is my first time
Thank you.
ever interviewing. Right, you're my very first game dev to ever
Uh,
interview for my channel.
Thank you very
I
much.
hope this
Thank you.
becomes a
I'm
thing.
super excited to be here. It's actually my first time being interviewed as well, especially on English.
Oh, I
So,
bet.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make it a soft landing for the both of us.
Yeah, exactly. So you sent everything to Meta to launch your game. Are you excited?
And
I,
actually, yes, this is a very excited moment for us here at Fupo. All of our team members have left the office and we just shipped our build to Meta, the one who will go to the store on the early access version. So, yeah, we hopefully, like in 12 hours, it will be approved and then whoop to the store. And then everyone come and buy it,
and
please.
everyone
We
will come
work
and
hard
buy
on
it.
it.
Yeah. Everyone,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think mixed reality, I think a lot more people are enjoying it more, especially when they're new to it because there's no motion sickness. You're walking on your own. You set up your own, your own area. You can see the world around you and not crash into walls like I've done before.
Mm.
Many times I've punched my walls playing games because I couldn't see. So I think it's good. It's a fun game. I think
And
people
yeah,
are
thank you.
in
Thank you.
for
I
a
think, like
surprise.
you just mentioned, mixed reality is the perfect entry point for new XR users just because of the reason you've stated. I mean, you are not being disconnected from your environment. And this is, I think, the number one reason why it's so casual, chill, but yet it's still very, very exciting. I mean, every time we demonstrate our game to new users, to new people, it's usually the first time they also try the mixed reality. And they're smiling and they're super excited. And we always say, it's not because of us, it's thanks to Meta. It's a brand new technology. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun. So tell us about the team behind Alex and the Jets.
So currently we are four full-time team members here on the studio. There is myself, we are two Unity developers and one designer who does everything, and from designing our 3D model characters to the marketing materials to the menus and all of around. Yeah, I started it. I started running with this idea about 2 years ago after noticing the Quest 2. And I told myself, this is such an amazing technology. And I don't think there is enough good content around here yet. Initially, music kind of experiences were my go-to ideas, like maybe having Woodstock or seeing Jimi Hendrix performing in front of you. And I think just now, similar up to what I've imagined back then, has launched. I don't recall their exact name, but I tried it and it's very cool as well. And so I had a co-founder partner back at this time, and we started running ideas around what concept can work on XR. At that time, it was mostly VR, but in a short time later, Apple and Meta announced on their mixed reality headsets, and we marked it as a strategic opportunity that we can ride on its wave. I mean, we have the opportunity to be among the first who does mixed reality games, and that's how the idea of having a company which does mixed reality games have come to life.
Fun. So what inspired the concept of Alex and the Jets?
So I think the concept of Alex and the Jets has started initially as something really abstract. If we go back to August 23, when Meta announced this Meta Quest 3, Mark Zuckerberg has posted videos that you see the punches around. I
Right.
don't recall exactly what else was there, but they had a few concepts over there. And we thought and asked ourselves, what is the concept that will demonstrate the best mixed reality technology? And hovering objects in space was, I think, our first concept and the last concept that we raised, because it was just like, oh, it's perfect. I mean, who didn't ever wanted to fly an object in
Right.
space, like say Vengadium Leviosa, and then having it hovering around?
Exactly.
And yeah, it's a childhood dream of everyone, I guess. And now we have the opportunity to fulfill it. And so basically, we said, okay, it's a hovering object in space. It can be a lot of things. And we thought that at some point to have a witch on a broom, and then probably exactly the same game, fighting around, but instead of planes and cute characters, having witches and monsters and dragons, like this artistic theme. But then we came to the conclusion that it would be too complicated and the 3D modeling, and we wanted to do something really, really basic that will be easy for us, because we wanted to make developing mixed reality game is already hard enough. So we wanted to make it as clear and as easy as we can, like from design decisions wise.
I like the donuts. I really like the donuts.
Yeah, it was supposed to be hoops at first. I mean, we thought, okay, there is hovering objects. It goes through hoops to get power up, and you fight other enemies. This was the three key principles. And the donuts were, I don't remember even how we got to them, but at first, so it was a plane, just, and we said, okay, which on a broom is hard enough, and just a plane is a bit too boring. So yeah, let's have a cute characters in planes, and then hoops are also boring. What do we have that is rounded and also delightful? Donuts.
Donuts. I mean, you can't go wrong with donuts.
So Alex and the Jets is basically a dogfight game that occurs in your own living room or your own whatever wherever you be. And you are flying Alex, which is a cute squirrel, and he has some enemies, nemesis we can call them, the Jets gang, and that they want him down. No matter what, they want him down, and he needs to fight them. And the game is endless survivor game. I mean, you can't actually win, because no matter what, you will be defeated eventually. And the goal is to survive as long as you can and to beat as many enemies as you can. And it gets gradually difficult as more as you increase, as more as you progress during the game. And you also unlock new phases, because they are being marked from the clouds. At the beginning, you start with the Chloe's theme, which is like a female character, and it has like pink and blue clouds, and all of the enemies are dyed on are skinned under her theme. And then you have like the Monty theme and Sebastian's theme, and it gets gradually more difficult. And what helps you go through this journey is the power ups. You can have the shield, you can have a life donut, which fixes your plane. You have a missile, which is really, really strong, and of course, each character has its own like boss form,
Yeah.
which is really, really hard to beat at first. I mean, after you get good at this game, and but what was really, really important to us is to have a game that truly uses the user's space, and like as authentic part of the game. I mean, I saw a lot of mixed reality games that what they're doing is you use your cameras, you see what's going on around you, and you're not being disconnected, which is a great value at its own. I'm not like disrespecting it. I think it's really important, but we
Right.
wanted to take it to the next level, and to actually use the space, and then to make the people, to make our users to look completely differently at their environment after using this game. So I mean, like, you can use the walls to glide them, and then you can have advanced maneuvers with them. But this is actually what is your map. It defines your boundaries, so you cannot go and never ending forward, because you will be restricted by your walls.
Right.
So yeah, your TV all of a sudden becomes an obstacle, and you can have some playful stuff with your surroundings. I mean, if you shoot, it dyes your walls and stuff like this. So I think at the beginning, by the way, we thought we had and we've had much more ideas of how we can interact and use with the environment, but it's really, really, I don't know, I don't want to say impossible, most of our ideas, but yeah, some of them are not possible, at least for us at this moment.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you came across when developing that user space?
So I think the best, and I mean the greatest challenge that we're facing, we have faced and we are still facing,
Hmm.
because this is not like a checkbox that you marked, okay, no, this is a never ending race. And so it is to make the game to fit as many rooms as you can. I mean, each room is completely different. When you do VR or normal gaming, you have a screen, and then you control on every pixel on the screen. You have absolute control of what the user sees, what they can press. And when you do mixed reality, you don't have this control. You
Right.
control nothing other than like this. I mean, I think it's the exact opposite. You have these tiny spots or a lot of spots, and these are the only thing you have control of. But you cannot control of the map. I mean, like imagine developing a game where you don't know what the map will be. And so this is the greatest challenge by far that we are facing. And we are mitigating this challenge in two ways. I mean, the first one and the most obvious one is that we offer three different sizes of, we can call it game objects. When I say game objects, I mean to the player size, donut size, bullet size, cloud size, enemy size, everything, the portal size, like the enemies are coming out from the wall. Everything is being different when you are having those object size and differentiations. And by this, if you are like in a very small room, it's really, really obvious that you should pick the small option. Or of course, if you are in a very large room, so you can pick the large option. But I think like this is not really what is the one that solves the major issues to us. And I mean, the room is just I mean the size of the room is just one factor out of endless factors.
Right.
So what we did to mitigate this challenge on the best way that we can is to take game design decisions that embrace randomness, that doesn't require, I mean, specific distances, specific dimensions, specific of everything. When we have prepared for this conversation, you've asked me, like, if I recall right, yeah, if there was any feature that didn't make it to the cut. And I think, by the way, when we have started to develop this game, we weren't sure if it is going to be like a dogfight game, a
Right.
puzzle game, a racing game, or just flying around game. We have like tons of different game mechanics in our heads. Um, but by the way, our favorite one for a while was to make it like a riddle game, a puzzle game that you fly the plane around you, and then maybe, I don't know, you have a house over there that is locked, and you have a waterfall over
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and a handle over there that you need to maybe to shoot down. But we found out that it is impossible to make it work on, I mean, I don't want to say even every environment, I'll just make it out in two environments. Because like imagine, once again, if you have a house that you need to open that is currently locked, you have here a waterfall that has the keys, and you have here a crane that you need to push, and then the water stop, something like this. So to make it really challenging and fun, there must be a challenge. And now, if you push the lever here, so you have 2 seconds to go to make it in one room. But if it's a large room, so you will need to have more time. It will take you more time to get there. So basically, to make things more simple, puzzling, I don't know, when you actually use the room was impossible to us. We didn't crack this one. So we have made game design decisions that just makes life easier for us. So yeah, like dogfight, when your enemy just flying around the room, and they're quite smart. Like making it this one walk wasn't easy at all, but it's probably easier than having a puzzle that is really challenging and accurate
Right.
for every kind of room. So this is the second way how we try to approach this challenge.
How long did it take you to go from the initial idea until today? Like, when did you initially start working on Alex and the
Um,
Jets?
So the idea came into our heads, like I mentioned before, on August 23, or maybe a
Mm,
bit later, September. And I think, wow, is it? It's already two. It's more than 2 years.
wow.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I'm not so good at math, especially not right now. It's been a long day here. It's been a while, and so we've started to work on this idea, and we've made a lot of other stuff back, other things back at this time, but on I think January 24, Meta have announced the Meta Presence Hackathon,
Hmm.
and they welcomed people from all over the world to submit concepts. And then we've said, okay, yeah, we should pursue this one. We should try to actually make something. I mean, we have been talking about this concept and XR and entrepreneurship for a long time, but we have mostly talked and didn't do
Right.
much. But this hackathon just gave us the push that we've needed, and we worked on it, I think, on the initial prototype for about 10 days. And then we submitted it. And of course, we didn't win. I saw there were really, really good and well polished experiences over there. But it did give us the boost that we needed. So
Right.
we took this prototype to investors and we pitched the idea to them. And by this, we have raised the investment that we needed to kick off the studio and hire the employees. And but I think, like you asked how long it took us to develop,
Mm.
from the moment we have started to full-time work on this project and until now, it has been 7 months and 3 weeks.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you plan on having any more like new environments? You're gonna keep adding to the game? Like,
So I think, yeah, I think I understand what you're asking.
yeah.
And basically, it's really hard to make mixed reality game and to not make it look like a tech demo. I
Right.
mean, because you don't have the dazzle and the wow effect of a map. I mean, just anyone on VR and give him a well-designed map, and he will be like, "Oh my god, I'm in a completely new world." And so now, when a mixed reality, he's still at his place, but you're just bringing some elements towards him.
Right.
So, on a perfect world, of course, what we would do, you can have the waterfalls, you can have the trees around. I don't know, you can have million things, but we do have some technical limitations over here. And by the way, despite Alex and the Jets might, I don't know, look like there's graphics are cute and you don't have a map around you, but it's still a very, very technical heavy on the Meta Quest 3, and
Right.
because there are so many calculations with the environment, so
That's true.
it's really,
Yeah.
yeah, it's performance demanding game, and so we push into the limit. And we have made so many optimizations to make it work on the requested amount of FPS by Meta. And so you asked if we plan to add more levels, and of course, when we will port it to VR, we will build a map. So it will be the easiest thing for us
Right.
to do. Yeah. But if it will still be a mixed reality game, I don't think so. I don't think so. We might play around with actually some decoration and trees around you. And maybe this is a path that we will explore a bit deeper. But other than this, I mean, just this is the concept. This is mixed reality. What mixed
Right.
reality is about. You
Yeah.
have your home, and you put some digital objects in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it's good. I like it because like each time I would go in and play, um, they wouldn't come from the same spot. You know, it's like different. I like that. I like that because you don't know where the enemies are gonna come from. To me, because the whole premise of the game, like you said, is to last as long as you can. But you don't. It's a lot of playability. It's like you just keep going in because now you want to do better. Okay, so I got 28 this time. I'm gonna go back in there, and it's not gonna be okay. They're not gonna come from the same spot, which is nice because you don't know what to expect. And I think that's a really
And
great concept.
yeah, thank you. I mean, we didn't invent this one, but we did put some effort so it will not feel all the time the same thing.
Right.
I mean, and just like, by the way, I've said before, and we embrace randomness in this game. Every decision must be embraced by randomness, unless if you put it in under too many restrictions. So, first of all, it will be maybe boring, and a second, and it will not fit the vast majority of spaces. As
Right.
simple as that. So regarding replayability, that's like you've said, on the beta version, what we've had was like a stage, a level that you can run it from A to Z. You finish it, and then our replayability factor was do it as fast as you can. But by doing this, we've came to the conclusion that it gets pretty boring pretty quickly. I mean, they do it once, and then the users feel like they've had enough and they've like eaten whatever we have had to offer.
Mm,
But we've changed it, and now it's an endless survival game. Also, what we wanted to give is something to earn, something that you can aspire to, and this is what are the skins for. And we do have like cosmetics around that. Of course, you can buy them with game money that you collect during the game, and then you can okay, I want to try this one and this one, and it also is making this more deep and rich.
nice. So, what are your plans for Alex and the Jets? Are you gonna like? What are your plans? What are you gonna do?
So our my most favorite plan at the moment is to wake up tomorrow in the morning, wait for my teammates, and then press the lunch button, and then press it. Yeah, this is
It's
my first and
exciting.
best
It's
plan so far.
exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully everything will be approved by Meta, but I think we've been after
Yeah.
most of their checks, so we should be fine on this subject. And and then I think the most important thing is for, of course, to listen to our community. We hope to get a lot of new users, and my personal mission here, my personal task, is to understand exactly what is working and what is less working. I mean, we did already conducted the beta.
Right.
We have had more than I think 500 users that already play the game, but this was on a closed beta format. So we have, of course, our analytics, and we're going to check that everything is work technically okay, and then to just listen to our community, and for the first probably week or two, just fine tune our product,
Hmm.
and then we're going to pursue what's coming next for Alex, which is probably the VR port. And but who knows? Who knows? We are a startup company. Everything here is really dynamic. Things changes quickly. Things happening quickly.
Right.
And we hope nothing but the best for Alex.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys, and I'm excited to play more and show the community the game. And I think it's really important to listen to the community because you can test and test and test, but like you said, sometimes just something happens and that you can't expect everything. So,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
but no, this is exciting. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to
Of course,
me. This is exciting for
it's
both of
definitely
us.
my pleasure. It's definitely my pleasure. I
Yeah.
mean, you are and other YouTube content creators are the XR ambassadors, and we as developers are nothing without our content creators, without our community, of course, without our users. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you. I'm excited to jump more into the game. And